question I get often, I know if you've had it, is this question of, have you made it yet? Are you a success yet? Are you in Hollywood? Do you know what I mean? And I find that my idea of success is, and a lot of people I work with, their idea of success is different to people not in the industry.
Yeah, completely. Yeah, it depends on kind of what you want to do and what, like, there are things that you can tell a grandma that you've done that they love, but it's not necessarily what you want to do.
Some jobs are for grandma, don't you think?
Yeah,
like
I
you
think
say,
so.
oh, I was on the Standards, or I did that comedy show that.
They can tell their friends, and you see that thing. He's always doing very well.
And that's a fire. That's an element of it. But that's just a thing you've done. I think, like, for me, making it or success comes in how much I'm working, how busy I am, and how happy I am. So hopefully I'll never have made it, because then that will be the point where I'm like, okay.
Are you comfortable when people ask you? I'm not comfortable when someone's like, "Have you made it?" I get defensive and start listing credits or something. I'm like, "Oh, I worked on that thing that was done there, and I got paid to write that script for that," and I get defensive. Are you more comfortable? Are you like?
It probably depends who it is. I'm quite comfortable with it, because for me, if I'm not doing anything, I'm not doing anything. It's as simple as that.
You're comfortable with being an unemployed actor sometimes.
Yeah,
is that fine?
It's part of it. It's part of it, and I'm also. But I'm the same when I'm working. People go, "What are you up to at the moment?" I'm just in this thing. What are you up to?
Yeah.
Just because it's
true. You're good at. You're not one of these like self-promotional like you don't throw it out there at everyone. Like, oh, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. You're quite.
I think the big part of it is because I'm not doing it for other people. The whole reason I'm doing it is because it's what I enjoy doing, and so therefore, I've already done my bit on it. If you know what I mean.
Yeah,
people can ask me what it is, and I'm happy to talk about what I'm doing, what I have done, and all that kind of stuff, because it does interest me, and I am happy to do it. But if the only reason people are asking is, precisely to say, "Have you made it yet?" And I'm like, well, no, obviously not. I'm not Alec Baldwin or Samuel L. Jackson, or I can't hold myself up with like Tom Cruise, or kind of, I'm not the Graham. I'm not the Graham Norton show or whatever like that. All those kind of things you can say. Yeah. But at the same time, I'm very content with what I do.
As well, like, some of that stuff is kind of nonsense anyway. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I know people who have done all that stuff. And again, like, that doesn't always... That's a temporary thing as well. Like, unless you are Tom Cruise. You can be an actor. You can be on a show, in a movie, and you have that moment when you're doing those shows. But then you're back to being unemployed again. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it's completely that. It's the moment thing. Because all of it is transient anyway. But it is just enjoying that moment. And often... If somebody says, what are you doing at the moment? You're like, well, I'm not doing anything. I'm talking to you at the moment. I'm, if I was acting.
Does anyone ever say to you, ask you the question, is it paid? Do you ever get that question? I get that question.
I don't necessarily get that. I get, is it paid well?
Yeah.
And my often.
But you would never ask anyone else that in a different. I think it's like so specific with our industry. I would never go up to someone.
But I think
that's like, are you getting paid?
But that's the big beautiful difference, is because ultimately a lot of people in our industry don't do it for the money. They do it because they like doing it.
You've hit the exact point. For me, like, if I'm doing a project, like if me and you come up with a thing that we want to do and we film it here like this, like, it's not about being paid. You could have got paid yesterday for a commercial or for being on some comedy show. You get paid shitloads, and then me and you do this, and there's no money. But it's all equal to me. It doesn't matter. Like, that's not what it's about.
It's because for a lot of other people, there's no frame of reference. They can't understand that. They understand that you go to work for money, so that you can at the weekend go out and have a drink, or you can get money for a holiday or whatever. Whereas in fact, people who do jobs in our industry do it because they'd rather spend 98% of their time enjoying what they do.
That's true.
Than working for money. It's as simple as that, and a lot of people can't understand that because it's a brave choice. Ultimately.
It is true. Yeah, it's really true.
So
it's true. We've got to fill another minute. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. I haven't made it, Dan. You got any rope?
I know some people who get really stressed about because people think, by the time I'm 25, I'm going to be. And I think this is the thing. People, when they think of making it, they want to be that Hollywood A-lister. And only two people get to do that. Only whoever now, Johnny Depp and the guy from Drive. What's his name?
Gosling. Yeah.
Like that's it. There's not many of them. But really, like, to me, it's amazing if you get any work at all. Is having made it.
I think that's true, but also there's kind of, you have to be slightly realistic. I think a lot of people compare themselves to other people or whatever. I'm never going to be a Ryan Gosling or whatever.
Got the looks, but
yeah, sure.
I mean,
got the looks, but the talent's missing. But it's basically because I don't have the right agent. No, like, it's just, that's not where I would go,
Yeah,
or where
yeah.
I'd be cast, or what I'd
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
do. So you know, it will be my career will be different to everybody else's,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think you need to accept what you want to do,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then therefore you'll know if you've made it or not. If you're doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
If you're not, then you won't have done ever. I
I
think.
get that. That's true. So have you made it or not? What have you decided?
No, I'm constantly on the way, on the way to making it,
On
and
the
hopefully I never
journey.
will, because then
Yeah,
then
yeah.
I'll stop.
Then you get stuck. Yeah.
Mm.
Then it's downhill. Once you're the top guy,
Mhm.
that never lasts. That never lasts.
Yeah, I mean in my head I'm always the top guy, so just keep that mentality,
Sounds good.
and you never lose it.
Cool. Thanks, man.
It's all about being humble.
We're done now. You're overdoing the time. You just keep talking.
55. You can just cut it off.
Yeah, we're gonna.